really get at the core of the problem between Tigray and Amhara, right? I'll guarantee you, the problem can only be solved by Tigrayans and Amharas sitting at the table and bringing this issue of land disputes together. At the negotiation table in South Africa, there were a delegation, an Amhara delegation that represents the Amhara's interest to be represented at the negotiation table. But they were ignored. No one invited, no one wanted to address the Amhara's issue, right? There's still a remaining conflict between Tigray and Amhara with regard to regions such as Raya that I mentioned to you, Korama Lamata. There's a dispute. The Abiy Ahmed regime acts as like a mob mentality, right? There's absolutely no sense of due process. You could be abducted in the middle of the street. You could be abducted at your office, at your home. Anybody can come in civilian clothes and claim to be a government office and a government officer or a surveillance person that's pretending to work for the government. And he doesn't show you any ID, and he just abducts you and takes you to these places. So what's been happening, the reason that I mentioned concentration camp is because there's a massive amount of people that have been arrested. The Oromos believe that Addis Ababa is their capital city. Now, that is historically inaccurate. The Oromos believe that Addis Ababa is their capital city. Now, that is historically inaccurate and constitutionally inaccurate as well, right? There's nothing in the constitution that states that Addis Ababa belongs to the Oromos, and there's nothing historically that proves that Addis Ababa belongs to Oromos. What other Ethiopians, including Amharas, are saying is Addis Ababa belongs to all Ethiopians. In fact, Addis Ababa is not just the capital of Ethiopia, but it's the capital of the African Union. And so we have to live in peace and harmony. But what's been happening since the Oromos have essentially taken over the power in Addis Ababa is multiple homes of Amhara civilians in Addis Ababa have been demolished, right? They will go based on your identity, they will demolish your homes and tell you to go back to Amhara region, right? Essentially, they're saying this city belongs to us. One of the agreements from the Pretoria in South Africa agreement that was signed was to be able to disarm and demobilize the Tigrayan forces. That has not been conducted. That has not happened yet. For Ethiopia to really be at peace, where each region feels safe, that the national government that is in Addis Ababa has the best interest in us, is that there needs to be a constitutional change to this ethnic apartheid system, right? I believe in federalism. We need a federal system in Ethiopia, right? But we need to move away from an ethnic-based system.